Can we expect anything?
Yes, because I see ping showing it. As you see right there. I'm assuming that Copenhagen Wolves might want to go for a level 1 towards that Wraith camp, which we saw EG do last game. 4G didn't work out just that well for them. But in terms of who's stronger, having that fling on Singe is just so devastating. You have some damage out of Syndra as well. Zyra with the grasping root can really lock you down and pick up an easy kill. But then, over against Authority, you have that stun out of Renekton. You have the slow or the knockup out of Xin. You have the Lulu slow as well, not to mention you have the, potentially the polymorph, which can prevent you from flashing away. And the Misfortune just does pretty heavy amount of damage. And then you have Orianna. If you need any sort of scouting, she's the person to do it with that ball.
Well, it seemed like Freddy was just having a couple of issues there with his mini-map.
Teams complain again after playing after the Russians with all the settings being changed around.
Yeah, I mean, you need to change them back, that's for sure, because they definitely play with some interesting settings on there. But we are going to get that pause off here, and we are going to get back into the game. It's Copenhagen Wolves versus against All Authority, our final game here on the Friday night of Super Weekend. And up until now, I tell you what, it's not just been super in terms of the amount of games. The action has been brilliant.
Yeah, it really has indeed. And one of the interesting things we've noticed so far is that Schley actually picked up a ward. Was that a ghost ward? No, that was actually a real ward. So he's going heavy utility tree. It looks, or not heavy, sorry, not heavy utility tree, but he's going for that start where he's going to go for a tier. And you want to get that ward coverage just to prevent any sort of invade going into that Wraith camp. And I like the ward on that tri-bush because, actually, and the one by the tri-bush is that, Krepo mentioned when he was on the show how vulnerable that spot is and how many teams don't take advantage of that. So it looks like they're listening and are going to try to prevent any sort of invade.
There's a ward in the south of the river. And, well, in terms of coverage, against All Authority have locked off all 4 entrances into their side of the jungle. So they're going to know everything early on.
What team was that earlier that was playing? You and Quickshot were casting. We saw 4 wards go down as well.
That was 2 games ago. That was... oh, God, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, we've had so many games. I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
My brain...
We have seen that before today.
My brain is very short-term, let's call it that. Bit of a goldfish brain, actually. But we are seeing here against All Authority kicking things off here on the Wraiths. And now they move it back. It was Dragonborns versus Fnatic. Now it's come back to me. See, it takes a while to dig into the archives of history, even though it was only a couple of hours ago. Copenhagen Wolves starting here with Svenskeren on that blue buff, and actually will take it with the smite.
And we have Freddy and Virtual, and Nono, both starting with crazy amount of armor pen. We have 17 each on Xin and Renekton, and we have 14 over on Misfortune. I've been talking about this before because it's really, oh wow, Deficio getting very low just on level 1 action. That's not good for him. Only running that 2 health pots, it looks like there, and that Biscuit. And you can't afford to do that right now because any level 1 damage you get on when you don't have a sustain lane, which currently neither of them have, is going to pretty much put you in a really bad place when you hit level 2. Like, no, now level 2, they could put on a lot of pressure since the test hasn't hit 2 yet, and looks like they're going for that in fact, and just trying to pressure Deficio out because Zyra is very squishy.
Yeah, but there we see the grasping root coming down. No, trying to bully the Tess away, and when he's level 2 as well, with that blighted quiver in there, he can put down a lot of damage very, very quickly, and probably an amount that you're not going to be expecting, and it's hard to calculate exactly from Varus what he's going to be able to hit you with over and over. As the pink wall goes down in that bottom side, Deficio says, well, you're not going to be able to annoy me that much anymore, Lulu, because your poke is ridiculous. Top lane, let's have a look at that. Singe versus Renekton. They are both level on the CS at this point. We see the red elixir being picked up by Freddy. Pretty standard start there as the fling will knock Freddy up into the turret. Actually got the stun down, and that is a big amount of damage. Obviously, turrets, they hurt at this level.
Yeah, and Freddy got lucky that Godbro wasn't running that igniter. That would have been that first blood right there. And Joe, we actually do have Xin coming down towards his bottom lane. Virtual trying to go in for a gank here. Won't be spotted by a ward, but it's Zyra. You have those plants as long as you use it so you can spot that entire bush. It's going to prevent any ganks from coming in. We do have a pink ward as well on Copenhagen Wolves side of that bush. And that was making me think that Svenskeren might come in for a gank, but in fact he didn't.
Oh, Corrales getting rooted up there, but wow,
those plants.
Wolves, yeah, the plants really, really hurt at this stage, as we are going to see Svenskeren get in there. Didn't quite manage to land the distance with that Vault Breaker. And we remain first bloodless after 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Early CS, pretty much bang even across the board. Singe starting to get a bit of a lead in the top.
Yeah, but we do have something key. Virtual did pick up that Razor, that Madrid's Razor, which really gives him that quick clear in the jungle, so he'll be around the map ganking a lot more. We saw Diamond procs on him last game, just pull off an amazing Xin Zhao, and I believe Virtual can give us that kind of show. Only problem is, Renekton's already shown, Freddy's already shown that he kind of can't really beat Godbro at this point. I mean, he dove in a little bit too far, took too many hits from the turret, and Singe, once he gets going, he's really hard to stop.
Oh, Corrales there again, taking a good amount of damage from Deficio, and both of these support players can put good damage down when they get their abilities in that right place. So, bit of a volatile bottom lane here that we'll certainly have to keep an eye on. Xin Zhao actually headed in towards the top lane right now, and as I say that, he decides to turn away and head back in towards his own side of the jungle.
Yeah, he kind of thought he was spotted by a ward, but in fact he wasn't. Godbro was just running away to be a Singe, just put the gas down as the minions run into it. So he's gonna go back to his double golems and eventually come around in for a gank. Both junglers been a little bit passive, but Svenskeren has been the more aggressive one. Coming back into this mid lane, it's like he's trying to create an opportunity here, try to get an early kill on Schleia because he was so deadly last time on Orianna.
Well, can they lock him down? There comes the stunning. Can they finish this one off? They needed that igniting position, and now Virtual coming around the side. He's going to knock Svenskeren up there, but knows that he doesn't have the damage to finish off the actual kill. And while it remains 10, still no kills, but Svenskeren looks like he's not done just yet, heading up through that jungle.
Oh, it looks like he actually might be heading towards this top lane since we do have Freddy kind of overextended, but that's the power of Vi, just how much damage you do. As he is actually going around the backside, he's just being a little sneaky here, trying to go into this bot lane.
Yeah, headed around completely there, up towards the Wolf. Xin Zhao, he's going to just put a ward down there on that side as Freddy. Oh, almost getting ganked out there by Bjergsen. Godbro did take turret hits there, which actually forced him away. And again, frantic pings on the bottom side of the jungle. We're going to see Vi here being hit in the face pretty much. This is going to be a full-on face check from Virtual into the bush. There is Deficio in the test coming around. Virtual has made an absolute hash of this, but they get first blood. Nicely done. Can they get any more? No in the test go head-to-head. No going to flash away. Where's the Tessa's flash? He doesn't go over there. And that will be one kill apiece. And the kills coming down for Zyra and for Xin Zhao.
I'm just astonished at that play. That was I was expecting Virtual just to die with nothing else happening, but he came in with the audacious charge on a Deficio, picked him up, and that is why Zyra is so squishy. And Joe, looking about what happened in the mid lane with Bjergsen heading towards the top, I'm a little bit surprised actually that he went for that, trying to go for that kill onto Freddy, onto Renekton, when, you know, Godbro's not having a tough time at all in that lane. He could have been in lane, gotten level 6 before Schleia, and then just punished him really, really bad. But we do see the chalice picked up on Schleia, so he's just trying to sustain that harass a little bit, and not to mention keep that mana up so he can harass Bjergsen back.
What do we see here from the AD carries again? We're going to see that Avarice Blade coming out, something that's developed seemingly overnight for us here, to be honest, with that double Doran's Blade in, BF Sword, and a single Doran's Blade over for Varus, who has a 13 CS lead. In the middle, Orianna got a slight lead. Top lane, pretty much bang even, as we are going to see blue buff gifted over here onto Schleier's Orianna. I'm
trying to think if it was Genja or Wei Zhao that was the first ones to run Ninja Tabbies on their boots, and then a couple people started following suit.
Genja.
It was Genja? Okay, and then he's probably one of the first ones to run that Avarice Blade and coming back with it yet again. Or other people started to copy it because, you know, they realize it's a really smart play. Bjergsen taking there's no damage in that mid lane right there.
That was an interesting matchup there. The Shockwave, I guess, just trying to force him out of lane more than anything else, as blue buff here is going to be giving over to Bjergsen, but you saw how much damage he took. It was almost exactly none.
Almost exactly 0, yeah. And I'm just as surprised as you are, because it really seemed out of place, but maybe he wanted to force him out of lane just so they can deny the blue buff away from him, which ended up picking up anyways. The bot lane, though, we do have Deficio and the Test both, or sorry, Deficio isn't level 6 just yet, but is almost. And that is a really, like, scary lane to go up against. Yeah, you have the Lulu knockup, but you have a lockdown with the Varus ultimate, and then the Zyra knockup right after that with the Grasping Roots. You can really lock someone down, especially when they don't have flash or an escape like No.
Yeah, and there's no ignite whatsoever in this bottom lane in this matchup. We should probably note that one. So no real finisher of a move there. Svenskeren is going to come in. There's the ultimate. It lands onto No. Vault Breaker comes in. He's rooted as well. The combo from Copenhagen Wolves will give them a 2-1 lead. Godbro in the top lane actually took a lot of damage as well while that was going on. And it looks like Copenhagen Wolves, they're going to turn around and go towards Dragon.
And Svenskeren making a really big impact on this game. Made his presence known in the mid lane, been towards the bottom now twice. And with this Dragon, it's given him a nice a nice little bit of a lead, but they are in danger of losing that top turret. We need to see Godbro head up there as quick as possible, because if they lose that turret for the Dragon, I don't think it's going to benefit the Wolves in the end, because they've been having a hard time converting an early advantage into a win, and if they lose that turret, it's going to force them into an uncomfortable position. Yeah,
certainly will do, as we see Singe there picking up the Catalyst, heading up towards that Rod of Ages.
Yeah, we've actually seen some, in North America, Singe is more primarily played. I mean, actually, well, after the week we saw him, I think it was week 2, we saw in week 3 a lot of people playing him. But we've seen actually a lot of different builds on him, where we've seen a tier as a first item, because you can stack with their poison, very easy to stack that, not to mention the Archangel Staff, and then the wow, I forgot the name.
Xerath's Embrace.
Thank you, Joe. Xerath's Embrace, to give him that nice bit of shield when he's trying to run around, and not to mention the damage on top of that.
So in that bottom lane, we just saw another bit of damage being exchanged. Actually, the bottom lane of the Tess and Officio did go back. Vamp Scepter picked up there by the Tess, and we are seeing the Philostone Doran Shield start coming out from Officio, which is, you know, what Crepo talked to us about last week. Brilliant set of items here, and look at Godbro. He's up there on that top side, and he's going to be a Singe.
Yeah, and that's the most annoying part about him, is that he draws so much attention away into that lane for the enemy team that you have to kind of deal with him, because if you don't keep him in check, he's going to get so strong. And that really forces Virtual to kind of to visit that lane, which then gives the bot lane and the mid lane that free time to harass. They know the jungler's not going to be around that lane much, and if he is, their top lane's going to get super fed. So overall, I mean, just looking at, you know, the CS, look at the kills right now, Copenhagen Wolves looking very strong at this point. Oh, no. Just dodge. Actually, we do have a gank in the mid lane.
Yeah, Bjergsen might be in trouble for this one. Let's see if they can get in there. Shockwave will land right on top of Virtual's head. Really nicely done there. That's a kill back here for Against All Authority. Can they get any more here down in the bottom? We see a very low, the Test running back. They can't quite get in on top of him. But still, as I said, this bottom lane definitely volatile.
That ball delivery system, Joe, is just insane, because you give Xin that little speed up. You have, oh, actually, you might see Diffusio go down there. It's a little bit aggressive, but the speed up for Xin, then the I can't even speak
Audacious
now.
charge.
Nice, thank you, Joe. On top of that, not to mention the knockup plus the pull-in, it's just so hard to escape that as anyone in a 1v2 situation. And later, as the game progresses, it's going to be that much more deadly, as Schley has already proven himself to be an amazing Orianna. He looks like he's going for Rod of Ages as well, just to kind of be a little bit tanky that his team's going to need, since you have Singed, you have Vi to dive in towards the back.
Yeah, half of the problem is getting the ball in the right place and, you know, activating it when it needs to be activated. But either way, we are seeing the Tess and Officio now starting to put some damage down onto this turret, and by some, I mean, not very much. They didn't have many minions there with them, but you can see the pressure onto the two champions in that bottom lane is high, and is still maintaining that 10 or so CS lead here this year, the Tess.
And I think it's already has a kill and assist over him, which, you know, he's at 4,200 gold total to the 3,400 on No-No, so that is a big gold difference discrepancy at this point in the game. We do have the Aber's Blade, though, for No-No to kind of catch up. He already has, I believe it's 200 gold stacked up from it, which, you know, he hasn't had that long. I think it's only been a couple of minutes, and that's a lot of gold to kind of build up to. Oh, this is going to be deadly. But we have Xin coming in for a counter gank, though.
This could be an interesting play coming out. Bjergsen actually going to get hit there with the ball. Here comes Sinchao. The Vault Breaker comes around. Svenskeren going to nail Virtual down, but, well, Svenskeren's going to have to back away, or at least try to back away from this one. Good damage from Orianna, but can they finish it off? Command Protect is down. They're going to go for it. Svenskeren has to flash away. Virtual flashes in there and picks up the kill. And actually, we see Bjergsen around the side. Good damage back, but Slayer may pick this one up as we see Godbro coming down. The poison's on. The flip comes in. You can't get away from a Singe. This is a dead Slayer as he gets the Command Protect in. Flash over the top, and there was Syndra over the top of the wall as well. Great play out of the Wolves.
And that is the old school flippity floppy that we all enjoy of Sin, just running around, getting those kills, and that is huge, because it's going to help him get that Rod of Ages a lot sooner. He's sitting on 2,000 gold, so he can buy it when he goes back. And Bjergsen, I mean, he escaped by the skin of his teeth right there, and unfortunately for Svenskeren, he realized how strong Virtual is right now, because he's he was 2-1 at that point. Now he's 3-2. He's just so tanky with not many items to back it up. The Madrid's Razor and then that Lock of the Iron Stellaria is just really allowing Virtual to be kind of pseudo-tanky with that shield.
Yeah, we've seen Lockett coming out of Diamond. I mean, Intel Extreme Masters Katowice is where we primarily saw him going for that pretty much exclusively in the early stages. We see Godbro in that top lane getting the flip onto Freddy once again. He's just running circles here. He's just being a typical annoying Singe. And Freddy probably doing the best thing here, which is you just got to try and ignore him.
And try to, push his lane into him, kind of make him miss CS. And Joe, look how this game progresses on. Varus, I understand why he's such a strong pick nowadays, because you're going against teams that have a top laner who builds a Warmogs, builds a Sunfire Cape, and most AD's carries can't respond to that until they get that last Whisper. But with Varus, it kind of lets you bypass that somewhat because you do that % health damage with your Blight stacks, so it's a very strong pick, and if Freddy tries to go into the back line against him, the test should be able to take him on a lot earlier than most AD carries could.
If we look down, one thing that we didn't touch on, but I did just note, is the kill distribution right now for Copenhagen Wolves across the board. Vi, the only one with no kill, but got the 2 assists in there. On the other side, the 3 kills for Against All Authority, all with that Xin Chao, which has allowed him to get in there and pick up that Locket early on. Got a 700 gold lead right now as well.
You know, I love how you bring that up, because I didn't even notice until you mentioned it, but that is a really bad stacking of kills for Against All Authority, because, yeah, they have someone who can be tanky, but they need the damage. I mean, their whole comp is based around CCM long enough that you can kill them with the bullet time, with the damage from Oriana's ultimate. But with Copenhagen Wolves spreading those kills out nicely, we have Singe picks up his Rod 8. Oh, we do see Bjergsen getting ganked to the mid lane yet again.
In a lot of trouble here. The root will come down, but it's not going to be enough to save him. Bjergsen will die from that one. There is the kill starting to move around. And that's one thing that even talking about his kill distribution, that with Virtual getting stronger early on, is going to help distribute those kills in, the later the game goes on, as well as Dragon is going to get pulled out. The Tess will throw the Q straight through Against All Authority. Freddy got the ball on his head, ready to dive in the middle of them, but that Shockwave, of course, isn't up right now. He was using that last encounter, but it's 5 versus 4 here nonetheless, as the Dragon is down to less than half HP. Can they take it down? Against All Authority, going to engage. Zyra knockup, going to get 3 of them in there. Varus ulti is down as well. There's the Lulu ulti. Svenskund's going to die. Godbro goes very low, but Freddy is a dead man here. Double kill for Varus. Bjergsen pushing down. Can he get a double of his own? There's the 1. The root will miss. Triple kill for Varus. And there is the finisher for Syndra. Ace for Copenhagen Wolves.
So well played by Wolves right there. I was about to say this could be either a huge mistake or a huge success for them. They were about to engage, and it looked like Dragon was going to go down. And it's at that point where if you're not going to stop them from getting Dragon, what's the point of engaging? But they stopped that. They're going to pick up a turret. They picked up an ace. Wolves looking so strong. And look at the kills, how it's distributed yet again. Singe picked up his 4 assists right there. We have 4 kills now on the Tess, who was already strong before. And now you have 3 kills on Bjergsen with that beautiful teleport to get back into that fight.
That was nice as well. Deficio just putting the plant down to tank up that few seconds before the minions actually got into there as well. And that will be 2 turrets off the back of that. And the thing is, the Dragon is still there for the taking as well.
I don't think they've noticed. Actually, no, they do notice it at the last second. Looks like as the Tess is heading down towards that way, he has a Bloodthirster, and look how much gold he's sitting on at this point. We're 17 minutes in, and he has 2,400 gold to spend when he goes back. So we could see, well, pretty much any item. We could see that static shift coming out fairly shortly. But against Authority, I mean, they're taking advantage of this. They did have a ward down, and they saw that Copenhagen Wolves was going to back away, and this is a fight that they can't afford to go for. Wolves have to concede this Dragon and just take that ace and go with it.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a 5k gold lead as we see Svenskund start to charge up there and actually went back in the other direction into the safety of his own jungle. But that leaves us with a pretty much bang on, in fact, it is bang on, 4,000 gold difference. 9 to 5 in kills, 3-0 in turrets as well for the Wolves.
And the thing was is that they got an ace, they got 2 turrets off of that, so they just got so much gold into their pockets to spend. Next time they come back for a fight, they're going to be that much stronger and that much more deadly. It's just Singe being a Singe. I had another word in mind, but I decided not to use it.
Annoying.
That is more of a safe word to say, yes.
To say the least, as we see once again, and now Deficio coming up. Actually, the roots will miss. Freddy gets back to the safety of his turret there, but you just see the pressure. I mean, 141 to 143 CS. It's very, very even. Freddy done a good job of ignoring Godbro as much as he can, but that Singe is always going to get farm. It's very hard to just stop it, to out-farm a Singe, because he will just run rings around you all day and just keep going and going.
And Wolves with a beautiful transition right now, putting pressure onto this top lane. We have Varus and Syndra heading towards the middle, so either they can push down towards that inhibitor turret and pretty much make it so they can get the top and make Against Authority respond to it, or they're going to get a free inhibitor turret off of it. They have a lot of damage in those 2 champions that they can take on anyone that comes at them that currently isn't in the top side of the map. So it's beautifully well played, and this is what the Wolves kind of needed to work on, and they're showing that they kind of have, and hopefully they'll prove it with their first win right here.
Well, don't jinx them just yet, Jason.
I was like, crap, I shouldn't have said that. But in the bot lane, we do have Bjergsen chasing down No-No.
Well, we see the engagement coming in here on the top as well. GoPro going to take damage, but here comes the test from the side. The knockup gets two. Svenskeren takes down Corralius. Virtual's down to less than half, and there are 4 men going to be hammering away on him. He's not going to escape. This is the Tess who picks it up. He's unstoppable at 504. He was tanking the turret as Schleyer and Bjergsen going to go head-to-head. He misses the shockwave, and Bjergsen smells an opportunity as he chases in there. Schleyer gets that speed boost out, but the stun lands from Bjergsen. Can he keep going? Command protect down. Can Schleyer get away from this one? Bjergsen going in there again. Can he land it though? That's the question. One more hit and he decides, I just can't quite finish it off. I don't have the mana, as he's going to flash in there anyway. And well, nicely done. What can we say? Bjergsen
He just 1v2'd right there. He pretty much just 1v2'd. He 1v1 Nono, and then Schleyer came in. And even if he didn't get that kill, he was stalling Schleyer long enough for the rest of his team to get 2 turrets in the top lane right now, Joe. This gold lead is 7,000 at this point, and they have the Tess, who, you know, over these past few weeks, we've talked about how he just hasn't been the Tess we know. He hasn't been that impressive, but right now he's showing that on this Varus, he really is a force to reckon with.
Yeah, he is looking so good right now, and see that Singe, Giant's Belt, blasting one. He is going for that Crystal Scepter. Good old Troll Singe build. Love the bit of that. And, you know, they're just looking really good at this point. 33.5 to 26.8 thousand gold. 13.5 up in kills. 5-0 in turrets, which is also a big thing to look at. But I don't want to kind of poop on the party right now, but we've seen Wolves have leads before, which they've not been able to convert. Have we seen them have one this big? Pretty much we have, and they messed it up there as well.
Yeah, I want to be careful in the words I use here not to jinx it, but they have the potential to burst down anyone on the team at this point. If Bjergsen unloads his full combo on a Schleyer or Nono or Corrales, they will die. That's just it. That's just the fact. The Tess as well, who's 5-0-4 at this point, if he adds in any sort of damage, any sort of crowd control, there's just no way you're going to escape from that. Then you have, you know, obviously Singe and Vi running around, and then you have Deficio on Zyra, who has an amazing ultimate so far, amazing roots, that's just been locking you down. So against Authority, they have to kind of build a little bit tanky, but they have to be very careful in the position of all of these fights.
Yeah, but a few moments ago we were looking at the outer turret and how they were managing to take it down. Now the inner turret's gone in this top lane as well. And Godbro continues to push. Now that Nono's coming across, though, they may be able to do something about it, but best advice ever.
I don't think they can stop him.
Chase the Singed.
Like, even these two, I'm pretty sure Godbro can just tank them.
Goes flash Singed. Like,
and he's fed.
Don't catch him, ever.
Especially when he gets
his scepter, yeah.
There's just, and he's just being a terror. He's just pushing that top lane while the rest of his team, well, I was about to say the rest of the team pushes down the middle, but we saw Bjergsen split pushing, and this might come back to bite him in the butt, but he does have teleport, so if they do want to go for that engage, he will come in like at that dragon fight and just dominate.
Well, Virtual is headed down there now. Svenskeren is already in position. Actually, he's going to Vault Breaker his way in there on towards Virtual. Here comes Deficio and the Tess around the side. They manage to land the root onto Schleyer. Here comes the ultimate out of Zyra. He gets destroyed. The Tess is dominating, and it's not over yet. Virtual's being hammered away at. Bjergsen will become unstoppable as well at 6-2-2. This is another inner turret for Copenhagen Wolves.
And they're just picking them off one by one. Against Authority seems to be making all the wrong moves at the wrong points. Schleyer getting caught. I mean, they had a ward there. They had Copenhagen Wolves coming in from the side. They knew they were going to see that, and now they're going for this inhibitor turret, and with 3 members of Against Authority to defend it, I'm pretty sure they can take it.
Slice and dice away there by Renekton from that route. That could have spelled disaster for him, but either way, Copenhagen Wolves are hammering onto that inhibitor turret. Can they finish it off? They will finish it off as Bjergsen keeps going here on towards Nono. And he got Bro coming around the side, flashes in, gets the flip. Nono's going to die from this one. Now they've locked Freddy down as well. Can he get away? Ultimate comes out of Virtual. There's the shockwave to pick up a kill in the end. But to be honest, I'm not sure it's going to be enough for you. Godbro is still in there, still poisoning them up. Schleyer goes down to the Tess, and they're still going. Virtual, the new target from this one. In the meantime, the inhibitor itself is being attacked by Copenhagen Wolves. They lost 2 for 1 in that one, and I said that Schleyer got a kill. I don't think he actually did. Someone else finished off Bjergsen in the end. But what a push, what a set of pushes there coming out of the Wolves.
And with how hungry the Wolves are at this point, they can smell the blood. They want to get that first one. They have almost a 10,000 goal lead at this point. And you just saw, Godbro couldn't be touched. We had Miss Nono in the backside. They just flashed on top of him, popped the ghost, throw him into the rest of his team. We had Bjergsen doing an amazing job with zoning. He was killed, and unfortunately did give away a killing spree. But you know, honestly, at this point, you just got your team an inhibitor off of it. So you gave him 500 gold, but you got an inhibitor. You have that pressure of the bot lane, and now Baron is open for you to take if you want to. And it's always that that decision. It's always like 50-50. You know, do we want to go for it and kind of secure an easy push, or do we want to potentially give against Authority and then get them back in the game?
Well, we just saw Varus go back with 3,000 gold. BF Sword picked up. He's obviously got the Static Shiv in there, Bloodthirster in there. Got that Pickaxe picked up in there as well. We've got Singed now with the Crystal Scepter. Just picked up a Warden's Mail as well.
A Warden's Mail. So if you hit him, you're not only slowed from his poison, but you're also going to be slowed from the item.
True troll Singed, Bill.
I know Joe's sitting there smiling from cheek to cheek, just so happy to see that.
That's it. Loves it. I mean, if you're going in there with Ghost and Flash with Singed, you already know what you're going to do in that game anyway. But up until now, can't take it away from Wolves. They've got a 10k gold lead. They're winning 7-0 on turrets against Authority. Not had a single turret kill up until now. That may change as Freddy. Well, he's in no man's land, I think we can call it here. As Godbro going to fling him back over. There goes the shockwave. Bullet time coming in. Freddy is actually still alive, but surely for not long as Varus comes in around the side. The test going to be hammered on by Virtual here as they focus around onto Nono. Svenskeren in trouble. He's going to flash away, but will die in the end. It's a 2-for-2 with Virtual very, very low. He's going to flash away. Slayer flashes away. Godbro comes around the side. How do you want to escape that? Flips him into the rest of the team. The test is legendary, and Singed is not done just yet. He's going to chase down Slayer here. Doesn't have Ghost, doesn't have his ultimate up. He's got his slow, though, and he's going to keep going. There's the fling back in, and he's going to auto-attack. Keep that poison running. Is he going to have enough damage? Oh. No, he's not.
I was actually thinking Slayer was going to die there, but it seemed like he was wasting his time, but it doesn't matter.
That's what Singed does brilliantly as well, just time wasting.
And at this point, I mean, by keeping Slayer there, he couldn't back, he couldn't heal up. He doesn't have home guard boots, so he obviously wouldn't heal up quickly and get back in there, but it gave him a free inhibitor. And Copenhagen Wolves, they're very close to losing that, but they're so lucky that the test is so fed, and Deficio had that Oracle to clear out that vision and give him that positional advantage in that fight.
Well, we've got Bro down here. Copenhagen Wolves not going to do anything risky. They're backing away. There is actually a blue buff for the taking here, and Bjergsen is going to be the one to take it. The test is currently 9-0-5. What a game. After we said last week, in the qualifiers, he was amazing. He'd not really shown it up until now, but my gosh, has he turned it on here today. He is looking so, so good. And Wolves, they look like a completely different team at this point. You can expect that they're going to be cautious about finishing this game out. They don't want to throw it at this point. That would be like the most heartbreaking thing, I think, at this stage of the tournament. Obviously, 0 for 9. I don't want to hit that 0 for 10 mark. However, you know, 2 inhibitors down. They're up to the inhibitor turret in the top lane. This is really their game to lose.
It really is indeed. I mean, everyone on their team is playing so well, and whether we're going to attribute that to having time to finally sit down and train together and practice and prepare for this, or just that they're finally realizing, you know, we're tired of losing. We want to win one, and they're just coming out just marvelously in this game.
And it's even bigger troll Singe when his ultimate sound is on the entire time just to throw you off even more. As we see against Authority actually coming in, good route. Here comes Godbro, thought about getting in there for the fling. It looks like Copenhagen Wolves might be interested in having a go with this one. Is he going to get the fling? It's Virtual, he throws to the side. Freddy gets a Lulu ultimate down on him as the Zyra ulti knocks them all in the air. Slayer being absolutely destroyed as Svenskeren comes in as well. There was the Lulu ultimate, it wasn't used earlier on. Bjergsen is going to kill Virtual though. Freddy going low, Nigodbro going low. No, he's finished off. Corralius and Freddy are the only 2 men left alive here. Godbro is still somehow alive in this one as he flings Freddy away again.
Can we see a
Quadra kill? Can he get the pentakill here? Bjergsen chasing down. Oh, he's missing just about, but there's pentakill coming in for Bjergsen, and Copenhagen Wolves are going to push through here and pick up their first victory in the LCS Europe after starting 9 for 0 or 0 for 9. They now pick up their first win. Much deserved victory here. They have played absolutely brilliantly.